Welcome, folks. In this video, we're diving into something we touch every day, but maybe you often not think it. Yes, cell phone radiation. In an era where cell phones are not just communication tools, but integral to our lives, it's crucial to understand the radiation they emit and its impact on us. Radiation, in simple terms, is energy traveling through space, which can be in the form of waves or particles. We often don't realize that radiation is all around us, from natural sources like those found in bananas to the radiation emitted by our own bodies. But not to worry, this type of radiation is non-ionizing, meaning it isn't strong enough to alter atomic structures. However, this doesn't mean we can ignore it. Non-ionizing radiation from our cell phones also deserves attention because even though it's generally considered safe, the intensity and duration of exposure can affect our bodies in various ways. When it comes to cell phones, we're talking about electromagnetic radiation. This is the same type of radiation emitted by the sun, but with different intensities and biological effects. This radiation is measured using the unit watts per kilogram, which shows how much energy is absorbed by our body. To keep us safe, international standards set by bodies like the International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection (ICNIRP) and the International Telecommunication Union (ITU) are in place. These standards regulate the maximum specific absorption rate (SAR), which measures the rate of radiation absorption by our bodies. Allowable SAR limits vary by region. For example, in many countries, the SAR threshold is set at 2 watts per kilogram, calculated based on 10 grams of tissue. The United States has stricter standards, with a maximum limit of 1.6 watts per kilogram measured in 1 gram of tissue. These standards are based on a global scientific consensus that is continuously evolving, assessing that these levels are safe for human health. All cell phone manufacturers must comply with these standards for their products to be sold in the market. This is a safety measure, ensuring that our cell phone use remains within limits considered safe for our health. Nevertheless, questions and ongoing research about the long-term effects of exposure to this radiation persist, especially given our frequent and close contact with cell phones, such as when we hold them to our ears during calls. To start off with the basics, it's important for us to recognize the two types of cell phone radiation: radio frequency, RF radiation, and microwave radiation. RF radiation is what's used for communication between cell phones and cell towers, while microwave radiation is commonly associated with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth functions. Researchers have spent considerable time studying the effects of both types of radiation on our bodies. It's known from existing studies that RF radiation can cause heating in body tissues, which is known as the thermal effect. According to safety standards, however, this heating effect is minimal and tends not to pose a health hazard. But there are also concerns about non-thermal effects or biological changes that can occur due to radiation, but do not cause heating. These can happen even if the radiation exposure is below safety limits. Non-thermal effects may include changes in cell function, membrane stability, or enzyme activity that are not related to an increase in temperature. Anxiety regarding cell phone radiation extends to potential disruptions in brain function, which might affect our cognitive abilities and behavior, as well as suspected negative impacts on male fertility, indicated by a decrease in sperm quality in some studies. Cancer-related studies have yet to provide definitive answers, but some have found links between cell phone radiation exposure and an increased risk of certain types of cancer, although this evidence is not strong enough to directly establish a cause and effect relationship. Health experts warn against carrying cell phones in trouser pockets because this can increase radiation exposure to the genital area and potentially affect male fertility. A safer alternative would be to carry phones in items like sling bags. In 2014, the World Health Organization (WHO), through its Cancer Research Agency, the International Agency for Research on Cancer (IARC), labeled RF radiation as possibly carcinogenic to humans. This means that while there's no strong direct evidence linking RF radiation to cancer, there are sufficient indications to make this a matter of concern and to continue more in-depth scientific investigations. In an era where digital technology is a part of our lives, understanding the non-ionizing radiation produced by cell phones is crucial. Based on current research, radiation at levels set by international standards doesn't show significant health risk. But this doesn't mean we can be careless and ignore how we use our cell phones. Medical experts in recent research suggest limiting cell phone use, ideally not more than 30 continuous minutes without a break, and avoiding cell phone use before bedtime to maintain sleep quality. It's vital for us to remain vigilant and prudent in using cell phones, always following the latest updates from scientific research and maintaining our health amidst continuously advancing technology. And don't forget to support our small channel so we can continue to grow and provide valuable information for you.